We'll get to the apps in a moment, but just before I get there, some of our learnings or challenges that we've experienced as well. And look, some of these are pretty obvious, but getting requirements settled, getting the idea crystallised. What's the absolute critical objective here? Sit down with someone the other day, and they're saying, "Oh, Tony, it'd be great if we could automate the precedent that we use, okay, such that we just ask 15 questions, automatically drops the paragraphs in the document, and hey presto, we have a nice document in the end." So yeah, I hear what you're saying there. So you just want to get a precedent prepared. Maybe this isn't the app for you. Maybe there's a document automation tool that's better used for that. But what is it you're really talking about here? Is it the frustration around how long it takes to do that? Is it collecting the information from your client, what sort of policy document you want? What are we trying to solve here? And often we get to a position where the requirement is actually, we just want to do it better, automate a piece of it, and then get to the end. So get that down first, or at least a critical objective first, and then move on. I talked about the benefit of being able to enable better engagement with your stakeholders. You need to keep them informed, keep them involved, keep them there all the time. Iterate, go back to them. Is this what you really meant? Is that right? Are we still heading in the right direction? So that you actually get a successful outcome. And all the apps that we've seen have great success have been exactly that. We've got an enthusiastic stakeholder, someone who's giving us great content, but we're constantly interacting with them and understanding what they're wanting to achieve. Neona provides us a platform, which is awesome. We can go in there, self-serve, build our own apps. But guess what? They know it better than anyone. So why wouldn't we go and talk to them and say, well, we've got this use case, we're thinking we're going to do this, and perhaps we can collect a database on the side, there's going to be lots of data in there. How should we do that? We think you would do it this way. And I go, yeah, I wouldn't do that. That's going to have a problem down the line, or performance might not work so well. So talk to them, get the rapport with that provider and say, I'd like to do this, how should we do that? Or in fact, should we even do it in the first place on this type of platform? Okay, so you've got to build that rapport and really tap on the expertise they have. They're the ones that built the platform, understand what's possible. The last two sort of go hand in hand, but it's expecting change, expecting the path to change as you go down. Anyone in the room that's had a role in doing app development or any sort of troubleshooting of a problem, you have to expect change. You have to expect that what you first started with might not be where you end. Okay? But even more so when I'm talking about a low-code platform, where you want to do things quickly, prototype things, get there quicker, have a low cost, you want to be able to understand it's going to take a little while to get to the end, but do it quickly and do it effectively. So that covers off the being agile as well. Don't go, yep, I've got it, thanks for that. Go and sit in a dark room, code it out, and come and say, look what I built for you. And they go, that's not what I wanted. I didn't want that in the top corner. I don't want to press that button. Can we just talk about that? So you go, no, don't go away. Let's sit here together, brainstorm on the screen, and work out how we do it. Okay, so really have to make sure that you're agile and you actually have that interaction with people that you're dealing with. Two ones in the middle here I just want to touch on briefly, and I'll illustrate it when I go into the two apps that I'll show you today. Wireframing and process mapping. Everyone's heard of wireframing? Yeah, pretty common term. It's basically being able to visualise what we're going to build for them. So again, in that legal context, I've talked and joked about the content that we get from a legal SME is amazing. Okay, so much content. They're trying to do an automatic assessment on a piece of law. They'll come to you with pages of content saying, here's all the questions we want to ask. Can you visualise that for us? Thanks. You go, yep, sure. That's really important, and I hear you, but let's talk about what it's going to look like. UI, UX, all those wonderful abbreviations that we're commonly using nowadays. Wireframing really helps with that. Okay, here's what I've heard. What about that? Does that look okay? They may have been given thought to it. They may have been thought of what colour do I want, what skin do I want, how do I want the user to interact with that. When you're talking about legal content, particularly complicated legal content, you don't want to be having complicated screens in front of them or hard to navigate through the information you're trying to get them to assess things on. So wireframing and discussing, what do you think of this? Have a look at that. Do you like that colour scheme? Do you like how that's working? What if they had the ability to go back to the start by pressing this button? Do you like the shape of that button? All those things are very important. And any of you that have just opened the app that we've got for the event group today, you go, oh, this is actually quite nice. I like that background. Well, that icon's easy to understand. That's very important and critical, particularly in these environments. And yes, it's a low-code platform, and maybe trying to do basic things to start with, you can actually bring it to life as well. And the second one, which again I'll illustrate as we go into one of the examples, process mapping is critical here. Okay, so I've talked about this platform being a place where you can publish an intelligent questionnaire to get to an outcome. Okay, whether that outcome's an automated email, a document, a database, whatever it might be you're automating, you have to get that process right. Okay, now getting that right is important, obviously, to get the right outcome, but your app just won't work unless every single path that you take through a decision tree or a logic flow or reasoning, it has to be true. You can't have say yes and go 3 different directions, because it just won't work. But more importantly, that process mapping exercise brings people that have been involved in the process going, oh, actually, we don't want them to go through those set of questions again, they've already answered them. Can't we just take a shorter route and just say, are all these questions going to be the same for this scenario? Press that button, and then you just cut out 14 questions. Okay, so the process mapping really shows how you can cut out wastage, but also get to a better outcome.